A very good morning, student. Myself, Mrs. Dipali, Standard 7 student. Today we start your 6th chapter of history, that is conflict with the Mughal. So first point, that is introduction. See, so far as Shivaji Maharaj had successfully fought the Adil Shahi, but for expanding the Swaraj, conflict with the Mughals was inevitable. That means anyhow they have to do that. The Mughals posed a great threat to the Shivaji Maharaj. For the Swaraj, even as it began to expand, Maharaj triumphed over this threat too. He regained his force and territories from the Mughals. He got himself crowned. He took up a campaign for the south. We shall learn about all this event in this chapter. First, Shaista Khan's invasion. In February 1660, Shaista Khan left from Ahmednagar to enter in Pune province. He ravaged the territory of the Swaraj by sending small units of his army to the neighboring areas. He encamped at Chakan. Firangoji Narsala, the Killedar of the fort of Chakan, offered a strong resistance to Shaista Khan's army. Finally, the Mughals captured the fort of Chakan. Shaista Khan set up his campaign at Lal Mahal in Pune, where Shivaji Maharaj had lived in his childhood. Khan sent his forces in the region around Pune. These forces looted the people. 2 years passed, but he wouldn't think of leaving Pune. Naturally, this had an adverse effect on people's morale. In these circumstances, Maharaj drew a bold plan. Shivaji Maharaj decided to raid a Red Mahal, that is Lal Mahal, secretly under his own leadership. On 5th April 1663, Maharaj raided Lal Mahal at night with a select band of soldiers. In this raid, Shaista Khan lost his finger. He suffered a great humiliation. He left Pune and shifted his camp to Aurangabad. Due to this episode, he incurred the displeasure of Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb transferred him to the province of Bengal. The successful attack on Shaista Khan had an impact on the people, and their faith in the capability of Maharaj was strengthened even further. Next point, the Surat campaign. In 3 years' time, Shaista Khan had ravaged large territories of Swaraj. It was necessary to make good this loss. For this, Shivaji Maharaj devised a plan for teaching the Mughals a lesson. Surat was a big trade center and a port under the Mughals' control. The British, Dutch, French had their factories there. Maximum revenue was being generated by this city for the emperor. It was a rich city. Maharaj marched on Surat. Inayat Khan, the Subedar of Surat, could not put up any resistance. Maharaj obtained plenty of wealth from Surat without bothering the common people. His campaign of Surat was completely successful. This campaign was a stunning blow to Emperor Aurangzeb's prestige. Next point, Jai Singh invasion. With a view to curbing the increasing activities of Shivaji Maharaj, Aurangzeb sent Mirza Raja Jai Singh, an experienced and powerful Rajput Sardar. Jai Singh came to Pune. He started rallying all the forces against Shivaji Maharaj. To the Portuguese of Goa and Vasai, the Dutch of Vengurla, the British of Surat, and the Siddhis of Janjira, Jai Singh suggested that they should start a naval campaign against Maharaj. Jai Singh drew up a plan of capturing the force in possession of Maharaj. Mughal forces were sent to various parts of the Swaraj. They ravaged the territories of Swaraj. Maharaj endeavoured to resist the Mughals. Jai Singh and Diler Khan laid the siege of the fort of Purandar. When the Mughals put fort of Purandar under the siege, Murarbaji Deshpande fought with the greatest courage. He died a heroic death. Considering the seriousness of the situation, Maharaj began talks for a treaty with Jai Singh. He met Jai Singh personally. A treaty between Jai Singh and Maharaj was signed in June 1665. It is known as Treaty of Purandar. In accordance with the terms of treaty, Maharaj gave the Mughals 23 of his forts adjoining territories, yielding an annual revenue of 4 lakh horns. He also assured the Mughals of help against the Adil Shahi The treaty was ratified by Aurangzeb. Next point, Agra visit and escape. After the Treaty of Purandar, Jai Singh launched a campaign against the Adil Shahi. Maharaj helped Jai Singh, but this campaign of Jai Singh was not successful. Jai Singh and Aurangzeb felt that Shivaji Maharaj ought to be kept away, at least for some time. For the Deccan politics, Jai Singh proposed to Shivaji Maharaj that he should visit Agra and meet the emperor. He guaranteed the safety of Shivaji Maharaj. Shivaji Maharaj set out for Agra. He was accompanied by Prince Sambhaji and a few of his trusted people who were ready to risk their lives for him. Shivaji Maharaj reached Agra. Aurangzeb did not treat him with due honor at his court. Maharaj gave vent to his rage. The emperor then put him under the house arrest. Enraged by this action of the emperor, Maharaj devised a plan of escaping from this house arrest. He adroitly escaped from the Agra and reached Maharashtra safely after a few days. He reached Rajgarh while returning from Agra. He had sent Sambhaji Raje at Mathura. Later, Prince Sambhaji was brought a safety to Raigad. While Maharaj was away from Swaraj, Veer Mata Jizabai and the associates of Shivaji Maharaj looked after the administration of the Swaraj.